So let me get this straight. The White House issues their vaccine mandate for federal workers and contractors and people that work for companies with greater than 100 employees, and then exempts Congress and immigrants who are entering this country. So, in effect, you have Congress and members of Congress who are they're exempt because you can't inquire, according to Nancy Pelosi, about the individual medical records and stuff of the individual members of Congress because I guess they technically don't work for a business. They just work for the American people, which I feel like there's some arguments that could be made against that logic because it just seems like a bunch of BS, in my opinion, and a likely cover story for people who just don't want to have to be subjected to, everything that the rest of us responsible working Americans are going to be subjected to. But if you look at the illegal immigration or even legal immigrants who are not being required to have a vaccination when crossing the border, that negates each one of those people who is potentially unvaccinated and has the virus who crosses the border. You're increasing the population by X number of people who are unvaccinated, so you're increasing the unvaccinated population, which kind of negates the whole fact and initiative to have as many people vaccinated in the country as possible. So why would you not be imposing these restrictions on non-citizens? I understand that, the way they're doing this is completely backhanded and backdoor, and they're using OSHA and justifying it as a occupational safety hazard, the pandemic. So they're using this organization that companies are beholden to in order to enforce their will, which means you have all these citizens that are working for companies that have to abide by the mandate, and they're getting around it. They're getting around mandating it on an individual basis by using the company framework and OSHA, right? And that's why Pelosi is saying they can't target individual members of Congress because they don't work for a company of greater than 100 people. They're just individual citizens. And I guess the same logic is being applied to immigrants because they're just crossing the border, but they're not citizens, right? So they are not beholden and subjected to the same laws that we are in terms of privacy when it comes to medical information, right? So I think by default, anyone who's trying to enter the country at this point needs to at least be checked to see if they have a vaccination. If you're going to require that for tens of millions of American citizens, it just doesn't make any sense at all. A pretty talkative eagle or hawk out here right now. Yeah, so it's a kind of a weird, illogical situation, which seems to be the trend lately. Be curious to hear your thoughts. Also, I just uploaded a video yesterday. I play disc golf quite a bit with some buddies and people around here in St. Louis. It's totally off topic, but if you like disc golf or like just watching random live content, I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live on mobile and just do some random disc golf rounds with my buddies around the St. Louis area. So if you could share, subscribe, that'd be great. I think we're at 200 subscribers right now, trying to get to that 1,000 mark. So yeah, appreciate your time. Appreciate you clicking the little subscribe if you don't mind, and then sharing if you find this a reasonable thought process and experiment. It's kind of like what most of these videos are. It's me hearing about news and having some thoughts that I feel like I just want to get them down before they are fleeting from my memory. And I just got off like 2 hours of meetings, so I needed to take a little break. Yeah, have a great day. Take care. Peace.